there.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna.
Little air.
Arr. Arr.
Arr.
Arr. Hi.
Hi,
Oh,
honey.
it's bright. Ah,
Is that too much?
that's really bright.
Oh, it's too much.
It's too much. Stop that. I'll get this one on here. There we go.
That's better.
That's better. Way back. Yep. There we go.
There we're back.
Yeah, there we are.
So.
Hi. That's better. We've mellowed the ambiance. So, do you want to go? Did you get into a meditation?
I did get into a meditation in spite of the kitty cat's interference.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Both kitties. Not only did we have Normie in and out, trying to get out of the house and insisting on attention, but I also had Casey putting his paw, like clawing my leg gently. Right. Okay.
Trying to get your attention.
Yes. Just hi, I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which he likes to do with his little claw.
Yeah. Well, they're getting cut next week.
All right. And so who knows, man? Lots. But there wasn't, I don't know what happened. Okay, I'll go first. If
Please.
I can remember.
You're making quite a performance.
I am.
Here.
It's dramatic.
Look at me with my feet up on you.
Can you even tell that? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Ah.
So what did I get? I got stuff. I got a sense of the whole idea of the stationary vehicle moving through the plains. I felt it.
Ooh.
I felt it. I thought of getting into the Chariot, and I ended back into my Strawberry Fields place where I got this landscape and where there's fairies and there's beings and etc. And I have this cabin where an alter ego who's sort of Sasquatch-like resides. And I got the idea of the Chariot, so I got that it was somewhere, I had to go to this sort of other place in my landscape. But I was supported by fairies.
Oh, well, that's lovely.
And because they were around, and I was in this
You're there.
thing, and my pulling it went from, first it was like Pegasuses, which is cool, really cool, just giant Pegasuses, black and white Pegasus, winged horses, and or sphinxes. It sort of transformed into sphinxes. At one point it was dragons, like kind of the highest expression seemed to be dragons.
Wow.
But at one point when it was sphinxes, they sort of unfurled wings, but weren't flying. It was that sense of the point. What it was all about was what we discussed as the point of consciousness. So in Kether, you have the point of that all energy starts with a point, one dimensional, not two dimensions. 2 dimension comes in Chokma, 3 dimensions comes in Binah.
Right.
the fourth dimension of time doesn't exist until you cross the abyss. So from that one point, that point of consciousness, though, it was a sense that, okay, you're in this, there's these beings with these wings, but it's the point of consciousness that everything experience rushes by.
Okay, cool.
That, yeah, so it's the idea of experiencing, almost it seemed like experiencing life from, it's that much vaulted, everything you've heard about, and as the answer to everything is
42?
No, well, not 42 maybe, but about being in the moment. It's the point is the moment. The moment, and what is the moment of? It's a moment of perception.
Okay.
That it's a point of consciousness or perception that experience moves by. And so is that an explanation of some sort? I don't know. Because it became almost more experiential of being in this point and just and a sense of movement, but it wasn't a sense of, it was a sense of movement, but everything, like life moving. It's life that's moving past that point of perception. And so that was interspersed with some, this and that, and dragons, and
wow.
and sphinxes and fairies, but it was all about that point of consciousness, the point of consciousness which is connected to the highest, the spirit point, the point of spirit within each of us. And that's that point of consciousness that everything rushes by.
Wow. That's cool. Could you shut that, please?
That's the kissing of summer lawns in our neighborhood is chainsaws. So I don't know, I'll have to think about it more to see if I get anything else about it, but I guess it was also that, that because there was that mention, of course I try to be a psychic person, so this idea of these paranormal sensings that it's alluded to in the writings, the Sefer Yetzirah, the arcane knowledge or that sort of stuff. And so this point of consciousness thing relates to the alchemist, the transformation of the alchemist, that the philosopher's stone, that point. Also that, because if one can be in that point of awareness, you are participating in kind of all the planes at once.
What are you eating?
What has he got?
My glasses.
Let's show your glasses up.
You're a kook. Get off my glasses, you nuthead.
He's not going to let them go. So, like, if you're participating in that moment, in that point of consciousness, that is where the connections to awareness beyond 3 dimensions comes from.
Okay. Cool.
Because you're linked then to the other dimensions while you're experiencing this in the moment.
Okay. That's deep.
That's pretty deepy stuff is what I got. That's it. There's probably more. I don't know, but it's like,
just have to let it.
It was in between.
Yeah, I found the cats. I was okay at first, but then they got rather insistent. But I started off in my usual spot, and Casey, could you not eat my glasses, please? turkey, a little turkey. What is it? Don't eat that. My spot where I saw myself with the chakras lit up. And sort of sit, it's a stone room and there's a chair or a throne there. And the pillars are behind it, so I'm kind of backing in to the tree as I'm sitting there, so I sort of get absorbed by it. And then I was in a chariot. I sort of at first went through this part that were all like, was like as if a film had been cut into strips, like there was white spaces between the image, like, and but all ripply. And then as I came through that, then I realized that I was underwater, but I was in this chariot that had was sitting on top of a crab, a huge, huge crab. And we were on the bottom of the ocean, and there were two sphinx-like, kind of cat-like sphinxes, black and white in the front. And so we weren't moving and they weren't moving, but the crab was moving, and it began to swim. And we were swimming upwards through the ocean, passing all different sea life and seaweed and bull kelp and then up higher, and it was getting brighter and it was getting brighter, and then we finally crested the water and we're close to like land, and that's where it crawled up onto the land.
Disembarked.
And that's, yeah. And then I kind of started to lose focus with the cats and stuff. But there was another being in the chariot with me. And I don't know. I'm going to have to revisit it. I'm going to have to go back there. Without the help of the pussycats. Because there's more there. But I kind of got a sense that of there being that I was on that there was a direction, that this water was like deep emotion or something, and the crab represented that as well. I think somewhere they talk about the crab being soft inside and a hard shell, and moving through that and it lifting me up and higher and higher until we got to this other place which looked like land, but we were no longer in the ocean. So I don't know, there's a lot of deep stuff going on with it there, but I'm gonna have to go back and revisit that and pick up where I left off and see what the outcome is. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I got. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to pause then the video.
Yeah.